other video is kind of messed up because this is going to be part 1, but I'm filming it after I filmed part 2 because the last part 1 that I did died, and yeah, so this is being filmed kind of out of order. But anyways, as the title says, this is my Insecurity Proclamation, and mouse, stop tripping balls, okay? So, yeah, Insecurity Proclamation, and it turns out the second half is near 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to buzz through this really fast. But the point of this video is to basically discuss, or not really discuss, because I've already come to terms with these parts of myself. I know what they are. I've acknowledged them. They just are what they are. Okay? But I'm trying to give people the mindset, or like understand this kind of attitude that they should have when dealing with their flaws or insecurities. Just acknowledging what they are and being okay with them. And if not, you know, then accept the fact that they aren't and then try to fix them. You know, some of these things of mine I can try to fix, and some of them I can't fix. That's just blah. I mean, they just are permanent, and I have to accept it. Like for the first one, for instance, first insecurity on my list is my skin. Okay, I am pasty McGee Magoo monster. Okay, I am pasty. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I am really white. Okay, I'm really, really white. I'm like, okay, I'm not that white, but I'm trying to, like, I'm pretty white. I'm pretty porcelain. Yeah, I have had an issue with myself being too pasty. There was a point in high school where I showed up late and I didn't have time to put on makeup, and I walked through the office and a woman at the office asked me if I was feeling okay. I'm feeling fine, I'm just not wearing makeup, but thank you for making me feel like a walking disease. Yeah, but I can't change into another ethnicity, okay? I am stuck with my pasty self. You guys, this is what I look like. Ta-da! Pasty without makeup. And then another thing I have is awkward breakouts, okay? Normally people have it like the T, the forehead, and the nose. Well, I'm an upside down T. I'm nose to chin area. But that's because I touch my face. As you may have noticed, I am very active with my hands. I talk with my hands a lot, which is kind of helpful in ASL. But, you know, a pimple is a pimple. Whatever. People get them. Yeah, it's not the most attractive part, you know, to have on your face, but they eventually disappear. So, I mean, we are human. We have oil on our face. Sometimes it's stress-prone, or stress. Activated by stress, I'll say that. But, I mean, God, people get pimples, okay? People have blemishes. Oh my God, the girl has it on her face. Well, guess what? You're probably going to have one in a not-so-nice place because you're probably a slut. I am really, really, like, just, I hate people that worry so much about the stupid little shit. Like, family members, for instance. When I was younger, like, probably in elementary school, family, and by family I mean my wicked mother, was very freaked out when I had a blemish. And not even in public, but in front of family. Really? It's a fucking zit. Like, get over it, okay? Everybody who's watching this, know that everybody else, including yourself, will have a pimple at some point in your life. It happens. We're humans. Okay, moving on. Number 2. A lot of women that I know will relate to this, okay? Size. Body size is a big one. I'm going to back up so you can see my size, okay? Okay, size, right? My size. I'm big. I'm large. I'm pear-shaped, okay? Pear-shaped, pear-shaped, pear-shaped. Okay. Around. And one more time, slowly. Okay. My size. I am big, okay? I wear large t-shirts. You know, I've overworn this one, so it's getting kind of tight, okay? Longer because I don't like my not my hips, my thighs, okay? I have big thighs, big thighs, big thighs. I do. I carry my weight down here. I have this little pooch thing right here, poochy, poochy, poochy. Carry my weight here, and here, and here, okay? And here, okay? That's where I carry my weight. That area. Carry my weight down there. Some people carry their weight in their arms. Sometimes it's in their stomachs. Mine is down there. And I am a stress eater. I eat when I am stressed out because I don't know what else to do to help my situation, and I'm a foodie. I just like food. People who know me will know that I like food. I love food. Food is delicious. Yeah, so I eat when I'm stressed, and I eat when I'm bored. So when I'm watching TV, I'll eat. If I'm doing homework, I'll eat. If I'm not doing anything, I'll eat. I like to eat. But this past... I can't do the math right now. But my parents split recently. My mom walked out. This whole fucking bullshit thing happened. Divorce. Super stressful. My best friends will tell you that I did eat a lot because I was so stressed out. I didn't know how to help the situation, and it was emotional eating for me. So that size that what you just saw, is in consequence of the way that I was treating my body when I'm stressed out. That's just what I do. And I'm owning up to it, you guys. Hey, I'm a big girl. I'm 5'6.5". Nobody gives a fuck about half of an inch, so I round it up to 5'7", okay? I have short legs. I do. The capris make my legs look even shorter, so I'm wearing them to emphasize the fact that I do have short legs. Large nether region, long waist, and I'm high-waisted. So I'm just an awkward size overall. But guess what? I can't change that part about myself. I have to live with it. Okay? If people are watching this and they have parts about themselves that they don't like, that they can't fix, just accept the fact that you can't fix it. But, I mean, if you are really that upset about the way that you look, then try to rearrange outfits or find clothing that will accentuate positive parts of your body. I can't talk. Yeah, you know, just, you know, to find things that fit your shape. I'm a pear. I'm not an hourglass, I'm a pear. My hips are wider than my shoulders. I'm pear-like, okay? So I have to find clothing that fits the way I feel, unless I really don't give a shit, and just wear what I'm comfortable in. Yeah, but you guys don't, it's just, our bodies are our bodies, and we can only do so much to help them, you know, be the shape that we want them to be. Personally, I'm not a fan of the whole surgery thing, unless it's, like, necessary. If you're dying, sure, have a surgery, but, like, a tummy tuck and all that bullshit boob job, like, unless you're getting a breast reduction, which I get, why? Like, just, because the thing is, the way that you physically look will not last. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna look young forever. No. No, honey, you're not. You're gonna look old eventually, okay? And you can't change that no matter what you try. So, eventually you're gonna look old. So you need to understand the fact that the way that you look, the way that you physically look, will not last. So don't put all your value in that part of yourself, because it won't last. What you need to worry about is the way that you feel about yourself, about the kind of person that you are. That is what matters, and that is what will last, and that is what gives the world an impression of you. Like what I said before, the reason I'm making these videos is to emphasize the fact that people need to start realizing or figure out that you can't base your life on what other people think of you, and if people like you, and have that be how you value yourself. You'll see that in part 2. I'll talk about that in part 2. But just learning to accept the good with the bad. And I know people have a rough time accepting that they have a dark side, or the shit that they've done, or things that they regret. But guess what? You did make those decisions. You may not like them, but you did. But they also helped you form to who you are. Okay? And if you don't like it, well then, continue to make changes. But just, you need to accept the fact that that is part of your past. You can't change it. You can't change what you've done. You can only be in charge of what you're going to do. So, you know, accept the fact that this shit that you've done or has happened to you, or, you know, just these bad parts about yourself are part of the good, because it helped create you where you are now. They're lessons learned. Okay, they're lessons learned. I guess another thing about my size, I'm not going to really talk about hair, it's fucking stupid. You'll see part of it in part 2. Another thing about my size, I cannot emphasize this enough when it comes to family and women, okay? Men really don't give a flying fuck about women's sizes, but I had it beaten into my skull from a very young age about how I should look, okay, by my mother. Trying to fit into clothing. Shopping for school was the worst part of my childhood, or a massive, horrible part of my childhood, because I would go to these stores where other girls my age would shop, and I could not fit in the clothing. I couldn't, and it was horrifically embarrassing. I felt like a loser, okay? I did. And try as I may, I couldn't change my body structure. I couldn't change, you know, my body proportions. I couldn't, and that, you know, that obviously frustrated me. But of all the people, it frustrated my mother. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Just people need to stop worrying about if you're going to look okay. That, again, like I said before, that doesn't really matter, because guess what? We're all gonna get all old and crotchety and crusty and die, okay? We all hit, at one point we're not gonna be spring chicken. It's how you feel that matters. Which is why I'm changing my diet, which is why I'm doing a detox thing right now. I started yesterday, which, a little bit of a side note, I've never had to pee so much in my life after starting this detox thing. Holy cow. Which I guess that means that it's working, because I'm cleaning out my system. Woo! Changing my diet, yeah. Cutting out the shit that's in my diet, adding more greens, fruits, yeah, not as much junk food, not as much sugar, no red meat, no pig. No pig? There's no pig. I know everybody's like, oh, it's the other white meat. No. I still don't want to eat pig. And then doing this detox thing. So, it's not, I'm not going to try to make myself change my body, because that's not really what's going to happen. Yeah, I might lose a few pounds, but I'm not going to lose inches. So I'm going to relatively look the same. What I do want to change is how I feel in my body and about my body, and finding more value in it, rather than finding the things that are wrong with it, finding the things that are good, and treating myself right. That matters. Okay, so that's how I look. This is what you see. This is what you get. Whatever, you guys. Like, this is me. So I'm going to sign off and then move on to part 2, or you guys can move on to part 2.